Paul McAllister, known
How
this
you doing?
guy for quite a while now. Entrepreneur, investor, mortgage broker, specializing in residential and investment properties. How you doing, Paul?
Yes. I'm doing well. How are you doing, Rick? Long time. Well, not too long, but it's good to
We
be
we
here.
talk more than we talk.
Yeah, I know. We could talk forever for sure.
Absolutely. So let's get started.
Yeah,
Um, you are also a real estate investor. Do you want to start with the mortgage brokering or
sure. No, I can start with either or. I'm
okay?
pretty indifferent.
What do you do, Paul?
I'm a mortgage agent, an investor focused mortgage agent. So I specialize with investors. I help people build portfolios. But also I'm a real estate investor myself. I have a civil engineering background, construction engineering background, and I have a government background. So I think, a diverse kind of set of skills. So I try to use that and bring that to my clients for mortgages. Um, and yeah, so that's kind of what I do. I joined Lend City because we're all investors. Um, and that's what kind of makes Lend City unique is that like we focus on investors. We are investors and we try to make it the experience very investor friendly. One thing you did say that I do mortgages any province in Canada, and
Oh,
also any state in the States. If you're a Canadian looking for mortgages in America, we also do that. So like our kind of goal is that like we're the one stop shop. You know, we're trying to grow small investors to big investors to bigger investors, and we don't want any barriers. So if you want to get lending anywhere across Canada, we want to help you anywhere across North America. And one other thing that we do as well is we have commercial lending in house. So kind of we do everything. That's the short answer.
a little bit of everything. And honestly, you can't beat that because no matter what issues or problems or what somebody wants to do, they can come to you and most likely have their problem solved.
Yeah, it's that's the goal, and not just like I always say I don't care just about giving you the rates and getting you a mortgage. It's like I call the power team. Um, and so like, you know, if you need a realtor, I'm not just going to give you a realtor. I'm going to give you like different realtors who I think fit your personality. If you need a lawyer in the States or in Canada, if whatever resource you kind of need along the way, I kind of have built that power team that's going to really bring the same level of service that I bring. And yeah, I'm really proud of that team and those things that we can offer.
Yeah, that's excellent. How's business?
Business is very crazy in both in Canada, and a lot of Canadians are definitely going to the States.
Where
So
are they
yeah,
focusing in the States?
oh, so Ohio, I have a deal right now. Texas, I'm actually focusing on trying to buy something in Texas. Certain parts of Florida, I have a lot of people focus on. Georgia, those landlord friendly states. And the main thing for that you're seeing is people are fed up of the landlord tenant board. You know, they're just saying there's no rent control in the states. There's no landlord tenant board in the states. If somebody doesn't pay on the first, you can have them out by the 15th in certain states. I've even heard of 3 days. So there's even in one state, it's actually illegal. Like they look at it as stealing. So if you don't pay your rent, you can actually go to jail because they look at it as stealing. So like it's a lot different. So that's the American stuff's kind of going crazy right now for sure. And I'm on Windsor, so Detroit naturally has a lot of activity as well. Um, but then in the Canadian side, things are going crazy too. So like this isn't supposed to be the crazy time, but this is just as crazy as like the spring and summer thing for you as a realtor. It's just as busy from the mortgage side as it's supposed to be in that side. So we're actually gearing up. I'm building a team. We have about 3 people starting in the next 3 weeks or a month, and so we already have a pretty big team in terms of admin staff. So it's not just about me. It's we have 5 different admins that are making sure that we're pushing files forward. And now we're hiring more agents because we know we're so busy now in the summer in the spring it's going to get crazy. And if you know mortgages, 80% of all mortgages are going to be due up for renewal in the next like 3 years. It's a
Yep,
crazy stat, so
yep.
we're getting ready for that. But yeah, we have to make sure we can maintain a level of service. I pride myself on that. And sometimes, I'll stay up all night if I have to. But that's not sustainable. So it's like, all right, let's hire, let's train, and let's make sure we can keep the level of service that we have now.
You also do coaching too, don't you?
Yeah. So for coaching, that's where like for when I say an investor focused mortgage agent, it's one thing. There's certain things I do for my clients, and then there's coaching as well. And so they do mix a bit. Um, for example, like I design real estate business portfolio plans with my clients that are building portfolios, and that's just my investor focused mortgage stuff. But if you want, I help, I guide you, right? You have to do it, but I guide you and I ask you questions, and it helps define that plan. Because, like, what's the difference between a mortgage agent and an investor focused mortgage agent is I'm not just thinking about this deal, I'm thinking about 10 deals, I'm thinking about 5 deals ahead, holistic viewpoint. And then for coaching, if you're like, oh, I don't know if I should do flips, I don't know if I should do burrs, you're getting pulled all over the place in the strategy that you want to deploy. I will work with you with helping defining your goals, your actual short-term, long-term goals. I'll work with you on setting a path forward and making sure we're working to your strengths and you have a plan and you feel confident and comfortable and not just getting the mortgage, but choosing the properties. So like I'm supporting you in that whole journey, where it's a little bit harder to do as a mortgage agent. Sure, I'm involved, but choosing the properties, going with you to the properties, making sure we're doing the numbers, the analysis, those things that are kind of daunting for somebody who's really getting into it, and somebody who's actually into it, but like they don't have processes. In business, it's all about processes. So that's what I help with kind of the more seasoned investors. I make sure that they're doing things more efficient so they can actually grow. And yeah, so it's been really fun. That's really my passion is coaching, teaching people, and it just naturally goes into my mortgage business as well.
Right on. We're just about at the end of our time. Is there anything else that you want to say? Maybe some contact information?
Yeah, so you can at Turnkey McAllister is my handle on Instagram. Um, that's the easiest way to contact me. Send me a DM. I'll get you LinkedIn. One thing I didn't get to mention, I know I talk kind of a lot, but we another specific thing that we do is we educate our people, our clients, and we have a Lend City Investors Hub. It has about 600 or so investors and other resources, people on there in the past, say, 6 months. And we basically have live webinars where you can interact, and they're specifically designed for investors. You've been on the show, you've done your rent to own. We've had property management companies, we've had anything. It's driven by the community. So the community wants something, they want more information on something. We bring on a subject matter expert. And yeah, so that's like we have these live webinars that you can be interactive, you can be a part of a community. And if you want access to that, you can send me a DM and I can get you access. It's called Lend City Investors Hub. But yeah, that's kind of it, Rick. I mean, you got me in 7 minutes. That's as much as you're getting from me.
Good beauty. Paul, I appreciate you being on. All the best. Professionally, we will talk soon, obviously.
For sure.
I thank you so much for being here today.
Okay. Thanks for having me, Rick. I really appreciate it.
All
Can't
right.
wait. All right.
Talk soon.
Cheers.